But so here, I think I understand what you're saying, but let's say one of these media organizations, they want to have a handle on Truth Social and Function and put all their stuff up. That's
it's a good point. We're open, so we want every company. We want liberals, moderates, independents, any company in America. We want them to have a handle on our site, and we want them to participate, and then maybe they'll learn what it's like to be on an open platform, unlike where they're at today. So, but look, we're going to be first. We're a home for anybody who's been disenfranchised and been kicked off of these social media companies. I mean, that's first and foremost. But we want anybody and everybody to come and be part of it.
The competition of ideas.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's a lot of people out there that aren't conservative that are looking for some sort of let's say open site, and I know because many are communicating with me directly. Mm-hmm. I think one of the concerns people do have, and this has been voiced to me by people who are very sympathetic, by the way, is that it somehow becomes this megaphone for President Trump, right? As opposed to something that's broadly equally open to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know that that's really a concern anymore because we're open to everyone. It'll be a social media site. Everybody can come to it. Typically, the people that get engaged early on these new social media companies, I was the first guy to go to Rumble. I basically broadcast it all over the country to my supporters. And I have close to 1 million followers there, right? So I think the early adopters, the people that get on a platform like this early, are going to have the most followers. But it's not like there's not going to be any preferential treatment. And the main thing will be if someone's following you and you post, your followers will actually see it, which is an amazing thing because remember, these social media sites and these search engines have this amazing ability to bury or censor what people are saying. That's not going to happen on this site. So it's open to everyone, and we hope everyone will use it, and we hope over time that we'll make improvements to not only have good quality, but make it a place where people will spend a lot of time using our portal into the internet to find information and find their family and share information, share videos, share pictures. That's the type of atmosphere that we want to create for everyone.
I mean, not to go overly into this, but I think, everybody's really suspicious right now of the intentions of any company. And I mean, the ostensible valuation when, your company goes public, it looks like it should have a pretty high valuation, right? So it's going to come out, it's going to be a pretty sizable company, obviously not like Facebook or Google or something like that. And so people are, just, cynical and find it hard to believe that someone might really just try to have an equal playing field, especially when at the head of it is a very, very powerful, as you mentioned earlier, voice, right?
If you look at this, the size and scope of these big tech companies, they're bigger than historical empires throughout history. And for us, with the support that we have and what we're building, we're just hopeful we can get what I call a fortified beachhead against these companies that are going to be so massive. I mean, we just have to hopefully establish a safe place on the internet for future technologies to be developed. That's what we're striving to do. I mean, look, this is not as big of a voice as President Trump has, and if we're more successful in you and so many of the great journalists come onto our site, and millions of Americans ultimately will probably open up to other countries around the world. Even with all of that, the size of our company will be minuscule to what these big tech companies have. Just to put it in perspective. Mm-hmm. I mean, think about that. We just want to get a fortified beachhead to open this internet back up. Because we believe that we're like that rising tide that lifts all the boats of everybody who's been out there in that so-called internet ghetto, that all those people will be elevated. And even with all that, with enormous success, we'll be a small beachhead compared to how large these empires really are. I mean, they're empires, and they're tyrannical, and they're dangerous. And I mean, there's going to be so many of these companies and the left and nation states that aren't going to want this company, to succeed. So I think we go into this eyes wide open, but yeah, the whole idea that we're anything but we're probably the last best chance at this point to establish that beachhead to give people their voice back.